This is a 2023 718 Cayman GT4RS. Most badass vehicle that Porsche makes. Of course, you know you have 911 as well. They make an RS in that. You know what we do, man. We take it out, we drive it. Let's see what it's about. And this is gonna be fun. You know, usually I start off in the car, but this has carbon buckets. They're a pain to get in and out of. We're not doing that today. But listen, we have a special car today. Porsche fans, you already know what this is sitting behind me. This is a 718 Cayman GT4RS. It's a 2023 model. This is a special car. People have, everywhere that's loved Caymans has always wanted this. Downside is there is no manual, PDK, but we already know this is gonna be a monster car to review. I can tell you right now, I already love it. I haven't even driven it. I love it. But let's go do it, man. Let's go take this out. I already know I'm gonna recommend it to you, but let's go see what this car is about, man. All right. This is serious. This is how you have to try to get into this car. You gotta try to. All right. I'm not the biggest guy. 206 pounds. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm already excited. Oh, seatbelt first, everybody. You know you gotta be safe. I'm already excited because this is like my first time actually driving. I've driven Caymans before. This is my first time driving a RS Cayman. This did come out a couple years ago. We're not gonna waste no time. We're not gonna waste no time. All right, so Porsche. This is the first Porsche on the channel. I have driven a lot of Porsches, a lot of 911s, but never really much to Caymans for real. I'm a huge Porsche fan. I'll be honest, I'm not as big as a Porsche fan to be able to tell you exactly what each chassis code is. Now, I know what the 911s are, you know, 991, 99.2, that type of thing. I can tell you about this type of stuff, but I've only been a Porsche fan for like the last, really like, maybe 2.5 years ago. That's when I really started getting into Porsche and trying to understand the history of the brand and the cars. And if I'm being honest, I wasn't a Porsche fan at first. I was a huge BMW guy. I still am a big BMW guy. So in my mind, I was just like, why would I go buy a Porsche when every car that BMW makes on paper is faster? And that was always my response. And then as time went on with my profession, because you know I sell cars, right? I sell exotic cars. I started taking these 911s on trade. Then I started taking these Cayennes on trade. And every single time, I'd be like, you know what? Let me go drive it to see what these people are talking about. There's Porsche stuff. First one I think I drove, I believe it was a 911 RS. And I'm just like, I mean, it's cool, it's fast, whatever. I don't care though. It's like, it's still not better than BMW, right? That was my response. And then after that, we took in a 911 Turbo S. I was like, okay, they say it's a Turbo S. It got 620 something horsepower. Oh, whatever, bro. I ain't tripping about that. It's nothing, whatever. I drove it. That day, everything changed. I was a Porsche fan immediately. I was like, bro, it is insane how much power comes out of a 911 Turbo S. It is insanity. And I was like, yeah. And from then on, about 2.5 years ago, I started learning more about Porsche, wanting more Porsches, wanting to drive more Porsches, and it got to the point where I now do want a 911. If I had to choose right now, I think the best styling one is a 911 Targa GTS. I think that would be the best for me to start out with. Then maybe go to a GT3 or a Turbo S or something. But anyway, a little backstory about how I got into Porsche. I love this brand so much to the core, and I understand why it's such a cult following, and I understand why people love this car. Oh my God, wow, you can feel that. Now I understand why people love the brand so much. So getting into the Cayman, I never really cared too much for the Cayman. I mean, you've even heard sometimes where people might say, oh, Dad, that's the girly Porsche. Real men don't buy that. They don't buy the 718, they buy the 911. Or, you know what I'm saying? So I had that misconception in the back of my brain, so I was like, yeah, Cayman, I don't really care about that. But this, badass. So just to give you a little bit of info about this car, right? So this car came out a couple years ago, like I said. This is the RS version. With whenever Porsche makes an RS car, that's gonna be the baddest vehicle that they make. in that trim level, right? This has the same flat six that the GT3 has. So the common question that you're gonna hear is people asking, wait, if this has the same, it's essentially the same power, because the GT3 has 502 horsepower. This one has 493. So why would you pick this over the GT3 is the question that people are gonna continuously ask, because for the money, this starts about 145, right? This one as spec is 175,000. You can get it all the way up to about 190, 200, depending on if you add carbon ceramics, if you add the Y-Sec pack, which it has, if you add, you know, paint the sample colors, you can go crazy. Everybody knows you can go crazy with Porsche. But we all know you're not gonna get this for sticker. Let's be for real. You're not gonna get this car for sticker. You're gonna pay over. Quite frankly, the person that traded in this car, he paid 100 grand over for this car. You're not getting this car for sticker. When you put that into the aspect of it, I just looked, you can get a 2022 GT3 for about, depending on miles and depending on spec, you can get it for about 165 to 175. Oh, sorry, 265 to 275. And there's a lot of them that's in the 300s. A lot of them that's in the 300s. So really, when you think about it, you're not gonna get this for sticker at all. So you're talking about already 75 to 100,000 over. You already can't get a GT3, so you're paying about 100,000 to 200,000 dollars over for that. So now if we're talking pre-owned market, right? Right now you can probably get this for about 230 to 240. You can get a GT3 for about an extra 40,000 to 30,000 dollars. Why would you buy this car? Well, I'm so glad we got through that, because this is the reason why you buy this car. Yeah, you heard that, right? Nothing. Let's just. Hey. Oh. Oh my God. All right, so that's one of the reasons why you buy this car. This is the same engine that's in the GT3. Wow. Hold on. I think it's really preference at this point. This car is technically lighter by a little bit than the GT3. The GT3 gives you more room. Me personally, looks wise, I think I like the 911 better, but this in the looks department is beautiful. Now, I wish that they would have gave you the same interior screens that they have in the 911. They didn't. They kept it with the same displays that it's had for years now in the Cayman. So that, I really don't care for that. That really bothers me, but you don't really buy the car for that. So I'll give it a pass specifically for that. I mean, just driving this car, it is incredible. What I've always loved about these RS cars, what I've always liked about these RS cars, what I've always liked about these these Porsche cars to begin with, this is the best driving car on the market. A GT3 or a GT3RS or a GT4RS is one of the is one of the best driving cars, if not the best driving car on the market. It is insane. I'm talking about, it doesn't matter where you point this car. It doesn't matter where you point it. It's going to go. You can go into a corner 50 miles, 60 miles, 70 miles, 80 miles an hour, and it's going to stay planted to the ground and go. Listen, bro, this is a phenomenal car. Phenomenal car. I mean, it's insane how much performance has gone into this, the engineering that's gone into this. I mean, everything about it is amazing. The exposed carbon fiber in the Y-Sec pack. You got this, you got the little pull, I don't know what you want to call this, the pull strap to open the door. I mean, everything about this is race car. This is a race car. This is something that if you are a true Porsche fan and you're a true driver's guy, this is gonna be something that's gonna put a smile on your face. Now, could you drive this every day? I think you could. These carbon buckets actually aren't really that bad. I will be honest, it hurts a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Just getting in and out of it, but it's not a bad feeling car. I mean, they got enough cushion in it to make me feel pretty comfortable. I'm not hurting or anything like that, so I do like it. I will say, keep in mind, if you're talking about reselling this car and holding its value, you want to make sure it has, number one, the YSEC package, and you want to make sure it has carbon ceramics, the lift, and also these carbon buckets. Now, you can go buy your own, you know, GT4 without the, you know, GT4RS without those options that I just mentioned, but if I were you, I'd get it. Now, just listen to this. This car revs up to 9,000 RPMs. Oh my God. The biggest difference that I can definitely feel between this car and the GT3, now obviously power is very similar, weight is pretty similar, the feel that you get turning the steering wheel and going around curves and things like that in the GT3, they're very similar, but I will say this does feel a little more nimble. Even though the weight savings isn't that big, it does feel pretty nimble to the point where I almost like driving this more than I like the GT3. Is that even crazy? Am I crazy to say that? I might be crazy to say that. I cannot get over that sound. I cannot get over that sound. I don't know, it's a really compact car. If you're not really into really, really tiny cars, then this might not be the best fit for you. But in terms of driving, having fun, going around corners, going to the canyons, going to the mountains, enjoying a car, this is not a bad option at all. Overwhelmingly good. Like, look at this. Look at me going around this. Wow. It doesn't matter where you point this car, it's going to go, and it's going to give you the confidence that you're good. Wow. Okay, so look, I think this is something that it's very subjective. Do I believe that it is worth the money? Absolutely. I don't necessarily believe in paying over sticker for things, but in the Porsche world, you have no choice. Either you order that car or you play the game and you buy 7, 8 cars that's gonna depreciate like crazy, and then you wait until you finally get a chance to get one that sticker. But did you really get that sticker at that point? Think about all the cars they made you buy that you lost money on. Did you really get that sticker? No, you didn't. So I recommend this car for sure. This is a phenomenal car, and I understand why Porsche lovers love it. If you have the disposable income to buy something like this, do it. I personally like the styling of the GT3 better. I think I'd probably even buy a GT3 over this. But hey, if you can get both, get both. Get both. Anyway, we're coming to the closing. This car, phenomenal, worth every penny. If you want one, go get one. Keep in mind, this one is for sale, so if you want it, I can't sell it to you. It now has 680 miles on it. It's basically a brand new car. That's why I don't want to do too much to it. But yeah, you already know what it is, man. I don't even know what episode this is at this point, but Big Suave, I'm checking out. Mr. Doriato, I'm gone.